Alright, let's dive into this because it's a big deal and it's got me thinking. So, Mahershala Ali is officially out as Blade. Yeah, you heard that right. The guy who was supposed to bring the iconic vampire hunter back to the big screen is stepping away. And honestly, this is one of those moments where you just have to pause and reflect on what it means for the MCU and for Ali himself. First off, let's talk about why this is such a head-scratcher. Mahershala Ali is a powerhouse. I mean, the guy has 2 Oscars under his belt, and his presence alone can elevate any project. So, when he was announced as Blade, it felt like a no-brainer. This was going to be the Blade movie, the one that finally did the character justice. But now? It's not happening. And what makes this really interesting is how Ali himself is handling it. In his recent GQ interview, he was surprisingly calm about the whole thing. He said, "What is for you, and what is not." Personally, I think that's a masterclass in professionalism. He's not bitter, he's not dragging anyone through the mud, he's just moving on. And that, to me, speaks volumes about his mindset. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Kevin Feige, the head of the MCU, basically admitted that this was a failure on their part. He called himself a gigantic loser and failure for not getting the project off the ground with Ali. Now, that's a rare moment of vulnerability from someone in his position. It's easy to brush off these kinds of setbacks with corporate jargon, but Feige owned it. And I have to say, that kind of honesty is refreshing. It also raises a deeper question: what went wrong? Was it scheduling? Creative differences? Budget issues? We don't know yet, but it's clear that this wasn't just a minor hiccup. Something bigger happened behind the scenes. From my perspective, this whole situation is a reminder of how fragile these big projects can be. You've got A-list talent, a beloved character, and one of the biggest franchises in the world, and it still falls apart. It's a humbling moment for everyone involved. But here's the thing, I don't think this is the end of Blade. The character is too iconic, the fan demand is too high. Marvel will find a way to bring him back, but it won't be the same. And that's okay. Sometimes, these setbacks lead to something even better. Look at what happened with Deadpool after the whole X-Men Origins debacle. Sometimes, you need to clear the board and start fresh. Now, let's talk about Ali's next move because it's just as intriguing. He's starring in Your Mother, and honestly, this sounds like a project that could be just as impactful as Blade. The premise, a devoutly religious hitman balancing faith, family, and violence, is heavy. And with a cast that includes Giancarlo Esposito and John Cho, this could be one of those under-the-radar gems that blows everyone away. What many people don't realize is that Ali has always been drawn to complex, layered characters. Blade would have been cool, but this? This feels like a role that could push him in new directions. It's not just about the action, it's about the internal struggle, the moral ambiguity. And that, to me, is way more exciting. If you take a step back and think about it, this whole situation is a perfect example of how Hollywood works. Projects fall apart, actors move on, and the show goes on. But what this really suggests is that sometimes, the most interesting stories aren't the ones that make it to the screen, they're the ones that happen behind the scenes. Mahershala Ali isn't Blade anymore, but he's still Mahershala Ali. And whatever he does next, I'm here for it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the role, it's about the actor. And Ali? He's one of the best in the game. So, what do you think? Is this a missed opportunity? Or is Marvel dodging a bullet by not moving forward with Ali's Blade? And are you as excited as I am to see what he does in Your Mother? Let me know in the comments below. Because honestly, this is one of those moments where the conversation is just as interesting as the news itself. Let's keep talking about it.